Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will sting. There are people walking on this planet right now who are not smarter than you, not richer than you, not even more talented than you. Yet somehow they stay 2 steps ahead while everyone else struggles to understand how they keep winning. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. It's not an accident. It's not fate. It's not luck. They are following laws, silent, ruthless, psychological laws that the rest of the world never learns. If you've ever felt like people underestimate you, if you've ever felt like your potential is being wasted, if you've ever wondered why others rise while you stay stuck in place, pay close attention. After this, you will never see power, people, or yourself the same way again. Machiavelli understood a truth most people fear. Power is not given, power is taken, and the ones who take it don't wait. They don't ask, they don't hope. They use the laws you're about to learn. These 7 ruthless laws are the secret strategies that keep geniuses ahead of everyone else. They let you control outcomes, shape people, guide perceptions, and move through life with quiet dominance. Some will hate these laws. Some will deny them. Some will pretend they're too nice or moral to use them. But guess what? They're already being used on them. By bosses, competitors, strangers, by anyone who knows how the game is really played. Today, you stop being the target. Today, you learn the rules. Once you learn these laws, you can never unlearn them. Before we start, write this in the comments. Power begins in the mind. That is your affirmation, because when your mind changes, everything changes. Take a breath and get ready. The first law hits harder than all the others. Law 1, limited option control. Control the options, not the choice. If you want to truly understand power, start here. This law is the backbone of every genius-level strategist. It is quiet, subtle, and invisible until you see it everywhere. Most think control means force. They think power comes from threats, pressure, or arguments. But geniuses know you don't need to force anyone when you can shape the world around them. You don't limit people. You limit the options they can pick from. That's the secret. A smart ruler doesn't say, "Do what I want." He says, "Here are your choices." Every path leads exactly where he planned. It feels like freedom, looks like autonomy, but it's built from the start. Imagine giving someone 2 keys. They feel powerful because they get to choose, but both keys open the door you already control. That's quiet dominance. Parents do it with children, leaders with teams, companies with customers. Powerful people do it to the world. If you want something done, never ask, "Will you do this?" Instead, ask, "Do you want to do it now or later? Plan A or Plan B?" Which version feels right? Every path leads to the outcome you already decided. People feel involved, respected, in control. But in truth, you built the cage. They only pick a corner. Machiavelli once said, "The best way to control a decision is to control the choices." Humans resist commands, but rarely resist guided freedom. This law works because the mind hates uncertainty. Clear options remove fear. People decide faster. They feel safe. And because they chose, they don't resist the outcome. Geniuses use this everywhere. In negotiation, they give 2 profitable deals. In leadership, they guide teams with structured paths. In conflict, they give opponents choices that drain their power, no matter what they pick. Subtle, invisible, quiet. Stop trying to control people directly. Control the landscape in which they choose. Shape the frame. Guide the path. Manage the alternatives. Let them pick freely, but only from the world you created. People defend their decisions, even if engineered by you. They reinforce and protect it. You gain compliance without force, loyalty without pressure. That's why geniuses stay ahead. They design choices, not manipulate aggressively. Drop this in the comments. I control the choices. Law 2. Play to people's fantasies. Sell the dream, not the truth. The most powerful people in history understood human fantasy better than logic. Logic doesn't move crowds, inspire loyalty, or build influence. Fantasy does. People are driven by hopes, desires, fears, dreams they barely admit even to themselves. Every person carries a secret vision of who they wish to be, how life should look, how they want to be seen. The genius doesn't fight reality. He decorates it. He doesn't preach truth. He sells dreams. He doesn't push facts. He sells feelings. Feelings move people. People don't want the raw world. They want a softened, polished version that gives hope. Machiavelli said, "Men are driven more by appearance than by reality." Nothing's changed. Ads convince you're special. Politicians promise paradise. Influencers show perfect lives. Businesses sell success without struggle. Fantasy is everywhere, and people embrace it not because they're naive, but because it eases pain, gives escape, and inspires hope. When you learn this law, stop trying to wake people up with brutal honesty. Stop being the hero of truth. Truth is heavy. Fantasy is light. Give people light, and they follow effortlessly. Here's how geniuses play to fantasy. They spot emotional hunger. Some crave status, others praise, comfort, adventure, recognition, or meaning. Then they speak straight to that hunger, not with complex ideas, but with clear, vivid images. You can rise, you can win, you can escape, you can become the person you were meant to be. It doesn't matter if the dream is real or partly an illusion. What matters is how it feels. Fantasy pulls people in. Truth pushes them away. That's why leaders, prophets, business icons, and creators all use this law. They make stories, symbols, visions that spark emotion. People don't follow the best plan. They follow the best story. The genius doesn't lie. He highlights the most inspiring version of reality. Fantasy isn't deception. It's emotional strategy. It bypasses defenses, doubts, and logic, speaking directly to the heart. That is influence. The world always chooses what feels good over what is real. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I speak to desire. Here's how geniuses play to fantasy. They spot emotional hunger. Some crave status, others praise, comfort, adventure, recognition, or meaning. Then they speak straight to that hunger, not with complex ideas, but with clear, vivid images. You can rise, you can win, you can escape, you can become the person you were meant to be. It doesn't matter if the dream is real or partly an illusion. What matters is how it feels. Fantasy pulls people in. Truth pushes them away. That's why leaders, prophets, business icons, and creators all use this law. They make stories, symbols, visions that spark emotion. People don't follow the best plan. They follow the best story. The genius doesn't lie. He highlights the most inspiring version of reality. Fantasy isn't deception. It's emotional strategy. It bypasses defenses, doubts, and logic, speaking directly to the heart. That is influence. The world always chooses what feels good over what is real. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I speak to desire. Law 3. Discover each person's thumbscrew. Find their weakness. Everyone has a button. You just need to find it. If you want real power, stop just watching what people say and start watching what makes them react. Behind every confident smile, every loud voice, every calm face, every controlled posture, There is always a hidden pressure point, a fear, a shame, a desire, an insecurity, a wound, a craving, a soft spot they protect with their whole personality. And the genius knows this. To influence someone, you don't push, you press the right button. Human behavior is never random. It is always driven by an emotional core. When you find that core, you gain leverage no force can beat. Machiavelli once said, "To command others, one must first understand what commands them." This is the heart of this law. You don't discover a person's thumbscrew by asking. You discover it by observing. Watch what topics make them defensive. Watch what compliments light up their face. Watch what insults trigger rage. Watch what silence makes them uneasy. Watch what they brag about. Watch what they avoid. Watch what they fear losing. People reveal everything through their reactions. Take someone who always tries to look strong. Their thumbscrew is weakness. Take someone obsessed with approval. Their thumbscrew is fear of rejection. Take someone who needs to feel superior. Their thumbscrew is inferiority. Take someone who overshares. Their thumbscrew is loneliness. Take someone who shows no emotion. Their thumbscrew is vulnerability. The genius does not judge these weaknesses. He studies them. Because once you know what someone needs, you know how to lead them. And make no mistake, everyone needs something. A sense of importance, a feeling of safety, a source of validation, a promise of belonging, a vision of success, a shield against fear. Understanding this isn't manipulation, it's mastery of human psychology. Weak people press buttons blindly, powerful people press buttons intentionally. But here's the part most people overlook. Thumbscrews are not only negative. Some weaknesses come from longing. Longing for respect, longing for comfort, longing for recognition, longing for hope. A person's dream can be as powerful as their fear. The genius learns both. Once you identify the emotional lever, influence becomes effortless. You can calm someone instantly. You can motivate someone with a single sentence. You can stop aggression with a precise response. You can guide decisions without direct force. You gain power without raising your voice. This law is not about cruelty. It's about clarity. You can't understand people until you understand what moves them. When you know a person's emotional pressure point, you understand their whole behavior. Why they choose, why they run, why they fight, why they obey, why they chase, why they collapse, why they cling. And once you understand these patterns, you hold the invisible control. Remember this: people can hide their words, but they cannot hide their reactions. Reactions tell the truth. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I read people clearly. Law 4. Act like a king to be treated like one. Carry yourself like royalty. The world treats you how you treat yourself. Power is a mirror. People don't just notice what you do, they notice how you exist in the world. If you show yourself weak, small, unsure, hesitant, that is exactly what you will get back. If you show yourself strong, confident, and deliberate, the world will bend to respect you. The genius knows this. They understand that perception is reality. The human brain doesn't always judge skill, knowledge, or intelligence. It judges energy, posture, tone, and presence. Machiavelli once said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command." Command doesn't come from shouting or forcing. It comes from the way you carry yourself. Imagine a king walking into a room. He doesn't beg for attention. He doesn't plead for respect. He doesn't demand validation. He moves with quiet authority. Every step, every pause, every glance tells one thing: I am valuable. I am in control. I am not to be questioned. This is what geniuses do in their lives. Every action is deliberate. Every gesture shows worth. Every pause communicates power. Respect yourself first, and the world will follow. Walk like someone who owns the space. Speak like someone whose words carry weight. Stay silent when others chatter. They reveal themselves while you stay calm. Acting like a king isn't arrogance. It's strategic presence. It's armor. It sets the terms of interaction before a single word is said. Real power is subtle. It's not showing off. It's letting people feel your weight without lifting a finger. Confidence spreads. Weakness shows. People constantly test others. They look for cracks, hesitation, uncertainty. The genius is ready. They never drop their guard in public. They never shrink under scrutiny. They project stability and certainty even in chaos. Acting like a king changes how others see you and how you see yourself. Your mind is powerful. When you believe in your worth, the world mirrors it. Consistency is key. Royalty isn't about moments. It's habit, repetition, presence. Every movement, word, glance reinforces your image. If you don't respect yourself, why should anyone else? Your energy sets the standard. Your confidence shapes behavior. Your presence is an unspoken law people obey. Walk with authority. Speak with weight. Pause with intent. Hold the room without trying. Every gesture communicates power. Every word reinforces it. Every silence strengthens it. The genius uses this law everywhere, at work, in social circles, in leadership, in conflict. Acting like a king is invisible power. It is calm, steady, undeniable. People feel it before they notice it. They react to it instinctively. They follow it without knowing why. Your presence becomes your weapon. Your posture becomes your shield. Your confidence becomes your influence. Weakness becomes obvious. Confidence spreads. People respect, fear, and follow naturally. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I command respect. Law 5. Master the art of timing. It's not what you do, it's when you do it. Timing is everything. Doing the right thing at the wrong time can destroy your influence. Doing the wrong thing at the right time can make you unstoppable. Geniuses know this. Action alone does not create power. Timing is the hidden force behind every success. It separates the brilliant from the lucky, the unstoppable from the ordinary. Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." But timing is not just about speed. It's about precision, calculation, patience wrapped in observation, understanding the rhythm of people, events, and the mood of the moment. Timing is about watching, listening, calculating, and waiting until everything is ready. Move too fast, and you make mistakes. Wait too long, and opportunities vanish. The genius moves like a predator. He studies the herd. He watches the patterns. He waits until the moment is perfect, when the target is vulnerable, and then he strikes. Patience is not doing nothing. It's holding back until the exact moment. The right move at the wrong time is worse than no move at all. Power is not about constant action. It's about decisive action at the perfect moment. Watch reactions. Watch trends. Watch hesitation. The world constantly gives signals. You just need to see them. A genius doesn't force timing. He bends events to fit his move. He influences outcomes not only by what he does, but when he does it. People confuse impatience with confidence. They confuse hesitation with weakness. The one who masters timing knows exactly when the world will tip in his favor. He does not rush. He does not stall. He simply waits for the precise moment that gives him maximum effect. Timing is invisible, silent, but it decides everything. The same action at different times can bring victory or disaster. The genius understands this better than anyone. He does not merely act. He waits, observes, calculates, and then acts with certainty. Your power grows not from moving fast, but from knowing when to move, when to pause, and when to strike. Master timing, and the world follows your rhythm. Miss it, and you remain stuck, unnoticed, irrelevant. Every great leader, warrior, and strategist in history understood this. Napoleon, Caesar, even modern business icons, they all waited for the perfect moment. Then they moved, and the world bent to their timing. This law works everywhere. In negotiation, act when the other side is unprepared. In leadership, act when the team is ready to follow. In conflict, act when the opponent is weakest. Timing turns small actions into big victories. It turns careful moves into unstoppable force. Remember, impatience is easy. Patience takes discipline. Waiting for the right moment is not weakness. It is strength. The genius understands when to act, when to pause, when to push. He bends the flow of events to fit his plan. Your timing becomes your invisible weapon. Your patience becomes your advantage. Your precise action becomes unstoppable. Master timing, and you bend the world to your will. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I act at the perfect moment. Law 6. Ignore what you can't control. Don't react. Don't waste energy. Silence is power. One of the deadliest mistakes a person can make is to fight things they cannot control. Most people waste years, energy, and emotion reacting to things outside their power. They argue, they complain, they stress, they let chaos steal their calm. By doing this, they give away their power willingly. The genius knows the truth. You cannot control others, but you can control yourself. Your reactions, your choices, your calm, they are your strongest weapons. Machiavelli once said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must first control himself." Watch the world. People provoke, people manipulate, they test limits. They try to pull you into drama, outrage, or emotional traps. But to engage is to surrender. Silence is power. Ignoring insults, dismissing provocation, refusing to take the bait, these are marks of mastery. When you stop reacting, the storm loses control over you. When you stop chasing approval or validation, manipulators lose influence. This law is about energy. Every reaction uses attention, strength, and clarity. Every emotional outburst gives someone else power over you. Restraint turns your presence into untouchable authority. The genius treats provocation like a distant game. He observes, he listens, he absorbs, but he never loses control of his mind. The chaos outside does not touch his calm inside. Mastering this law makes you untouchable. Attempts to manipulate, threaten, or force you fail. People scream, they push, they try to bait you. You remain unmoved. Think of this law as armor. Every moment you ignore what you cannot change, you protect your power. Every unnecessary reaction weakens you. Every silence in the face of provocation builds respect and fear. The world will always throw chaos at you. It will try to distract, annoy, and destabilize. Those who react get trapped. Those who control themselves rise above. Someone insults you, do not respond. Someone spreads lies, do not chase them. Someone tries to drag you into drama, step aside. The genius becomes like water, fluid, patient, unstoppable. You do not fight rivers, you redirect. You do not chase storms, you wait for calm. Let them scream into the void while you move forward. Let them waste energy while you grow influence. Let them react while you remain untouchable. This law works everywhere. In business, in relationships, in leadership, in social circles. The more chaos others try to bring, the stronger you become if you remain still. Your calm becomes your strength. Your patience becomes your influence. Your silence becomes authority. Remember, the world is unpredictable. People act irrationally. Things go wrong. But your power lies in control over yourself. Reacting makes you weak. Choosing restraint makes you strong. Ignoring what you cannot influence frees energy for what matters. Master this law, and people fear your patience. They respect your calm. They cannot manipulate you. You move forward while the rest struggle. You act. They react. You lead. They follow. Your power becomes invisible, but absolute. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Silence is my strength. Law 7. Create compelling spectacles. Control the image. Make them feel, not think. People remember what they see and feel, not what they are told. Facts fade fast. Information is ignored. Logic can be debated, questioned, or dismissed. But spectacle, real spectacle, burns itself into memory. It captures attention, shapes perception, becomes unforgettable. Geniuses understand that humans are emotional first, rational second. People act on what they feel. They respond to what they see, hear, and experience, not to what they are told. They follow what sparks imagination, what excites, shocks, or amazes them. Machiavelli once said, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand. Everyone can see, but few can feel." Spectacle is not simple drama. It is careful design. It is deliberate storytelling. It is the art of guiding perception while letting people believe they reached the conclusion themselves. Look at history. Kings, rulers, and conquerors mastered spectacle. Napoleon's grand entrances inspired armies. Caesar's triumphs awed Rome. Modern leaders, influencers, and brands know it too. A strong presentation can overshadow reality. The genius does not just act. He creates moments that leave an imprint on minds and hearts. Spectacle works because people crave symbols, stories, and emotion. A plain message is forgotten. A vivid image, bold act, or powerful ritual creates awe. It grabs attention, sparks emotion, bypasses logic, commands focus. Geniuses use spectacle in leadership, public appearances, rituals, symbols, negotiation, and social influence. Every display reinforces power without confrontation. But spectacle is never random. It must match your image, your goals, and your audience. A poorly timed or misaligned act can backfire. The right display turns ordinary actions into legendary feats. Geniuses combine emotion with symbolism. They mix calm and chaos, silence and sound, subtlety and boldness. They build tension and release it at exactly the right moment to maximize impact. Spectacle also hides strategy. While others are distracted, the genius moves quietly behind the scenes. The crowd sees grandeur. The plan remains invisible. Remember, logic convinces the mind, but spectacle captures the heart, and the heart always wins. Your task is to create moments that feel larger than life. Moments people talk about, remember, and link to you. Moments that make them feel, not think. This is influence at its purest. When done correctly, spectacle turns ordinary people into legends. It commands respect, inspires fear, creates loyalty, makes your presence, influence, and legacy unforgettable. Now that you know the 7 ruthless laws, understand this. These are not theories. They are silent, invisible, psychological weapons. Every day you walk through the world without mastering them, someone else is using them on you. Life is a chessboard. Some people move blindly, reacting to impulses, insults, and unseen opportunities. Geniuses study the board. They anticipate every move, manipulate options, strike at the perfect moment, and remain untouchable. Limited options, playing to fantasies, knowing every person's thumbscrew, commanding respect, mastering timing. ignoring what you cannot control, creating unforgettable spectacles. This is the toolkit of those who rise above mediocrity. These are the strategies that separate thinkers from dreamers, doers from spectators. Here's the truth most refuse to admit. Power does not wait. It moves. It flows. It is claimed by those who understand the rules or who create them. If you follow the crowd, react instead of calculate, hope instead of plan, you are not just losing, you are invisible. And the invisible get sacrificed. But here is the gift. Knowledge changes everything. You now see the patterns, the levers, the paths to rise. You now have a choice. Stay asleep in a world that will run over you, or step into the game fully awake. The question is simple. Will you use these laws? Will you remain a spectator waiting for luck to decide your fate? Or will you become the strategist, the thinker, the person who shapes reality itself? If you are ready to claim your power, start today. Implement these laws deliberately. Observe carefully. Move strategically. And never forget, the world respects those who project mastery before they speak. Before you go, drop a comment with the law that hit you hardest. Let it resonate in your mind. Like this video. Share it with someone who thinks they are already awake. Subscribe for more insights that teach you how to dominate without mercy. Remember, the game is already being played. The only question is whether you are a player or a piece. Choose wisely. Your next move decides everything. Drop this final affirmation in the comments. I am a master of the game.